Hi guys! So in this video I'm going to show you the least amount of things you will need to do or to start your own acrylic nails. I'm doing this to end the series of the beginner's guide because I've done quite a few videos now of a beginner's guide. They are all in a playlist on my channel. I will leave the link to the playlist in the description box below in case you want to go and check it out. But I just thought this would be a nice way to end the series. So I'm pretty sure I haven't forgot anything. I've just been in my nail room looking at all my stuff for a good 15-20 minutes thinking have I got everything, and I think I have. So I'm going to start off with, I'm going to go through it as if you're sitting down and going to go through your nails starting from the beginning. Okay, so first off you will need to prep and prime your nails. Now what this means is you just get all of the nastiness off the nail plate and make the nail plate really clean for the acrylics to adhere to your nails. So what you would start off with, this is a cuticle pusher. Now you can get cheaper ones than this off eBay. This is the only one I have got. So you literally get that end and gently push your cuticles back on your nails. This end then is to get all the nastiness off from around your cuticles. And if you've still got some cuticle skin that you need to get off, you will need to get some cuticle nippers. Now these you can find really cheap on eBay, but let me just say, really search through eBay. Do not go to the first seller you see. Do some research because some sellers are selling these things at a ridiculous price. You should, for this for instance, you should not be paying more than £5 or £6 for one of these. Some of these sellers and companies are selling these for £20 for exactly the same thing. So do your research on eBay. So you would then get the cuticle nippers and only cut the loose bits of skin that are around your cuticles. Do not go for something that's not there. This is important because if you get acrylic anywhere near your cuticle or on your skin, your nails will start lifting because, you know, it's not stuck properly to the nail plate. So you must make sure all this area is nice and clean, ready for you to apply your nails. So after you've done that, you just get a brush, any brush will do, and then just really give your nail plate a good brushing. So next you need to file the shine off your natural nails. Now for this I would recommend a 180 grit because that is not as coarse and it won't damage your nail plate. So really lightly just give your nail plate a good going over, really gently, just to get the shine off. You can also do this with a sponge file. I prefer it with a sponge file, it's not so, you know, damaging to your nails. So next comes the nail tips. You can buy any nail tips you want. This is just the first one that I picked up. Obviously if you're a beginner you're going to want small nails. So get your tip out, measure it up to the nail that you want to put it on and make sure it fits from sidewall to sidewall. That means from that side to that side. And you don't need really expensive nail clippers. The cheap ones will do. These are just, you know, like toenail clippers. They're really inexpensive. And then all you do, you know, just clip away at the bits that you don't want and there's your nails ready. And then obviously you will need some glue. Again, any glue will do. Try not go for the super strength, just super glue that, you know, you can glue car parts together, you know. That's going a bit on the wild side. And you know, I understand we all like to have our nails stuck to our natural nails, but, you know, be careful of what nail glue you're using. So after you've put your nails on and you're just about to start your acrylics, these two things are amazingly important. I cannot emphasize enough. You need a really good dehydrator and primer. These together will help your nails stay on until you want to take them off. If you don't use these, from past experience, your nails will just end up falling off after a couple of days. So now comes on to the powders and liquid. What most people do is get a good white, a pink and a clear to do the French tip. But really, all you need to do is get the clear. Because once you've got your acrylic nails on, you can just paint them. So you don't need really the others, just a good clear will do. And then the acrylic liquid. You don't necessarily have to have the same brand of acrylic powder and acrylic liquid. I mix and match mine all the time and I've never had a problem. The only thing I will say to you is do not get the Hong Kong or Chinese crap. I know it's the least expensive in the world, but you will give up after one go. I did, I tried it, I was very lucky to start again because it's that bad. But yeah, if you're in America, I'll just go through a few things, a few ideas of companies that I think beginners would really like. So if you're in America, Diva DC is an amazing product for beginners. These are an incredibly good company and really quite cheap as well. I'm not going to go into this too much because I already have done a video comparing things, but another good one for beginners is Omega Nail Art. They are also in the USA. And for us girls in the UK, I cannot praise Neo. I get told I say it wrong. Neo enough. And I would suggest getting their Max Edition acrylic liquid. It does dry quite slow, and obviously with the Max Edition that means that your nails are going to stop on a lot longer. So now on to brushes. Again, please don't buy the crap that they sell in Hong Kong and China. Your brush will get caked with acrylic and you won't be able to use it. Hence, whether it's cheap or not, you're gonna waste money by buying their rubbish. So if you're a beginner, I would suggest starting off with a number 8. I used a number 8 for a fair few years and really liked it. Be sure to get a Kolinsky Sable brush, as they will last you a lot longer. Yes, these things are a little bit more money, but you really do get what you pay for. So a number 8 is my suggestion. And then as you've been doing nails for a while, I then went up to a size 12. The link will be in, I did this, it doesn't come like that. The link will be in the description box for where I got this brush from, and she does ship overseas. I've been using this for, I want to say 5 or 6 months or just under. I am loving this brush. It does save quite a bit of time on applying acrylic. So after you've applied your nails, you need to file them. Now you can get an electric drill, but obviously that costs a lot more money. These you can buy off eBay or in Sally's. I would suggest for a beginner to maybe get a 100 grit or maybe an 80-100 grit, because the coarser the nail file, the easier it is to file your nails. But if you really like doing acrylics, I would definitely suggest looking into an electric file, because it is like 100% quicker than filing your nails yourself. And then you will need a sponge file. This is, oh god, 180 I think it says. This just basically gets all of the lines out of the nails from the coarser file that you've just used and makes a smooth surface for your top coat. So near the last thing is your top coat. You can just use a normal top coat, as long as it shines and makes your nails look nice. It doesn't matter which one you use, just use your favourite. Or you can use a gel top coat, but with this gel top coat you will need a UV lamp, which is obviously more money, but it does have a nicer shine to it. It lasts a lot longer than just using the normal top coat which you would put on nail polish. So this is maybe things that you can look into the more you get into acrylic nails and you know for definite that you really want to do them. And the very last thing is cuticle oil. This is quite important to use because you are filing your natural nails, you are pouring acrylic on your natural nails. Sometimes everybody does it. You can cut yourself using the file. Everybody does it, it's not a big deal. So the more cuticle oil that you can use, I use this at least once a day, which will heal your cuticles and make them look nice. It's also really good for your natural nails as well. So in the big picture really, you don't absolutely have to get white, pink, clear, different liquids, but the main stuff that you do need is literally right here, with the exception of the white and pink. Maybe, as I say, you can just use the clear to make your acrylic nails and then paint them after. this is probably the cheapest way you can do your nails when you're on a budget. So I hope I explained everything well enough for you and you understood the different things that you need to do your nails. As you go along, you can start adding to your collection, but just to start off with, especially the dehydrator and primer is really, really important. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this series of the beginner's guide, and as I said, if you want to see any of the other videos, they will be in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.